No, I mean to Australia.
No.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Well, one gentleman. Oh, yes, you see? Okay.
32 years ago.
32 years.
But
So I was
not
a wee
out
lad.
back.
That's about 30. I would have been about 30 then.
It took us a long time to swim back.
Yeah. What part? Were you on the East Coast or West
Yeah,
Coast?
we were in Surfing Paradise in Sydney.
Okay. Happy days. Well, they're slowly getting out here. Just watch out for the fire, folks. It's still hot. We don't want to cook anybody yet. Nobody's shy out here, are they?
No.
Any shy people?
No.
Please don't be shy, okay? Don't be shy. Rightio, folks. Now, what I would like to do now is let you know that you are now officially in the bush. This is the bush, and you've been in it today, okay? But you're now officially in the bush. And you're going to have another glorious sunset tonight. We've been chasing some fires today over on the northern side of the river, and we've been out for most of the afternoon. I'm a 34-year firefighter, and my mate over there, Jerry, who's just beaten me on time, he's up near 38 years. So he's just retiring though. Anyway, rightio folks, so the dessert that we're cooking tonight is something that you had today. However, I am going to show you how we produce it, and I think that I'm going to make a better product. Okay? Superior product. I feel that confident. Okay, so the Australian spotted dog. Okay, this is what we're making. Has anyone heard of this animal? No, not the spotted dick. Okay, this is an English pudding, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, not to be confused with the Australian spotted dog. The English spotted dick is a pudding steamed in a cloth over boiling water. Okay, so this is nothing like it. Okay, but anyway, it's very simple to make, and as you can see, these are the ingredients here that we need to make it. Basically, that very simple. Been around for a very long time. The bushies used to make it, like people, you know, your hobos, I suppose. So they'd carry it in their rucksack or in their swag, and it's pretty easy to make. But you've got to be very careful with the measurements. So only 2 measurements out here in the bush. I think you need to stand here, darling, because you're going to be my go-to girl. What's your name? Judy. Okay, you stand right there, Judy. Judy's going to be my go-to girl, okay? I'm going to need someone here. So, 2 measurements, Judy. Only 2. Now they would be the metric measurement and the digital measurement. The only 2 measurements we use out here in the bush. Okay? 2 measurements. Now, oh, and I nearly forgot. That's right. Remember how to put these on. Right. So put your hand in it. Put your hand in there. Like that. Yeah, that's right, folks. That's right. We do have a little bit of hygiene here in the bush, okay? Only a bit.
Just one hand.
No need to get carried away. Just a bit. Rightio. Here's our mixing bowl. Most important ingredient, of course, would be the water that we're starting off with. Now, this is the first measurement, folks. So, this... Now, the sun's still up. I'm going to have to gauge this a bit because we could have a little bit of evaporation happening. So I've got to be careful here. Oh yeah. So folks, this is the first measurement. So with my left hand, and my index finger, I must ensure that I get to the first knuckle. Judy? Is that spot on?
Spot on.
Spot on. That's a word I'd like to hear from you.
Spot on.
Now listen, just before we go, I just noticed that there are a couple of flies still hanging around here. Now please folks, do not be alarmed about the flies here. These are bush flies, okay? They're not disease carrying, but they're very annoying, okay? They'll get in your eyes, ears, they are annoying. But if you were here in 2 months' time, you'd be standing there and you'd be saying, John, what is that noise? And I'd say, well, look up. And you'd go, oh my God. And you'd see swarms, hundreds of thousands of these bush flies, and they just swarm around here in the middle of summer, okay? Especially when we're making the Australian spotted dog. So, that was spot on, wasn't it, Judy?
Spot on.
Spot on. I can see me and Judy are going to get on well tonight, especially if you keep saying spot on. Now, folks, the second ingredient, Australian sunbeam currants. Australian sunbeam currents, folks. Now, we only use Australian sunbeam currents out here in the bush, one reason only. Because if I mention that we use Australian sunbeam currents 5 times, we get a free packet. Now, laugh as you may. You may think this is funny, but this is a cost saving.
What was it again?
Australian sunbeam currents.
Brilliant.
Now, this is a cost saving to the company of about $1.05, okay? So, if we say it 5 times, we get a free packet, okay? So, I think we said it 3 times. We want 2 more times in a very loud voice. What are we having tonight, folks?
Australian sunbeam currents.
Maybe a little bit louder.
Australian sunbeam currents.
Glorious, absolutely glorious. Now, listen, folks. I can assure you, at this very moment, on the east coast of Australia, about 1,600 mile that way, someone at this very time would be busy wrapping up a free packet of Australian sunbeam currents. Now, Judy, these get put on either a homing pigeon, hang on, could be a donkey or a camel, we're not sure, okay? But in about, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks' time, well, it just appears. You just stand in here and bang, oh, there it is. It just happens, okay? So, that's our free packet of Australian sunbeam currents. Now, Judy.
Yes.
A small window, clear window. Can you see that, darling?
Clear window.
Folks, a clear window on the front of the Australian sunbeam currents. Very important here. Small, clear window. See that? Now, what we must do now, Judy, we must put exactly 2 half packets of Australian sunbeam currents into this mixing bowl. Okay? No, darling. No, I said 2 exact half packets. Did I say that?
Exact.
That's right. Now, just bear with us. An imaginary line across the centre.
Yes.
This will ensure that I get the first exact half packet. Will it?
Yes. I think so.
Yes. And how do you think we're going?
We're doing pretty good.
You reckon I'm spot on?
Oh, spot on.
I've just informed Judy that she has to work with me tonight on this. Is that spot on, Judy?
Spot on.
Spot on! Hey! So happy days for everybody here. So very carefully, folks, very carefully, we put the second exact half packet in there. Very carefully. We've got to be precise. Okay, give it a mix. Now, have we got any sweet tooths amongst us?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a couple of sweet tooths. Remember, this is a sweet bushman's bread. A sweet bush bread. So we've got to put a little bit of sugar in. A bit of sugar, okay, a little bit of sweetener. Oh, that's plenty. I mean, that was spot on. Spot on. Here you go, mix that around. Now, folks, I think I mentioned in the coach that I wanted you to slow down. Did I say that?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, a couple of you near on sprinted off that coach. Now, I'm not sure why, but I'm thinking 2 things. 1, thirsty, you want to get a drink, and that's fair enough. Okay, it's been a warm day, and you have to go and get a drink. But, you know what I'm thinking, Judy? Well, I'm thinking there's far too much blood flowing through those veins. Too much blood. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to restrict that blood flow. I'm going to bring those arteries, and I'm going to bring them in. Right in. We're not going to stop you. But just bring them in a bit. So we're going to add just a pinch of salt. Okay? A pinch of salt, reduce those arteries. So, have you done a bit of cooking? You tell me when the pinch stops, huh?
Okay, I'll tell you when the pinch stops.
That's it?
Stopped.